The thing I'm finding hard about homesteading YouTube channel is to remember to bring y'all along. But I went and got the camera today. It's Friday. It's after work, got off work. Been prepping all week for the big project. The big project was my first project. The wife said, honey, sweetie, darling, I just need a couple chickens in the backyard so we can have eggs. Just a couple chickens, that'll do fine. So I built her this nice little coop for 5 or 6 chickens. Well, guys, the chickens then progressed to goats. Then they progressed to cows. They're hiding. It's kind of drizzling right now. And then now there's ducks over there. And the pigs are elsewhere on the property that we don't keep them in this little corner. But it all started, just like many of you, with honey, sweetie, darling, I just need a cute little chicken coop for the backyard so we can have free eggs. And as y'all can see, it needs some love, it needs some attention. It started out amazing and we've outgrown it. So this weekend, what we're gonna do is we're gonna give them a larger run. Maybe do some address some issues on the coop. It needs a good cleaning, obviously. But we cleared this little space behind them, 16 by 32. I dropped that tree. I dropped that tree off camera on purpose because I'm not a tree guy and I don't need to be lit up by the tree people on YouTube about how that happened. But it's down, nothing was damaged. So, So, this weekend what we're gonna do, get them a better space, a bigger pen so they can run and scratch and all that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring this chicken coop over probably about 6 feet and fence that portion, and then we're gonna stretch this out. So like I said, it's Friday, which here on our homestead, Friday is the push day for big projects. So we went to Tractor Supply, we picked up some cattle panels, picked up some T-post. We're gonna line those with chicken wire and get this addressed. So project 1A is gonna be dealing with those things in the morning. And we're not gonna waste them. We're not gonna cut them into firewood. They're gonna become a border for our garden out front. We're just gonna lay them in there to kind of help hold the mulch back. So we're dealing with that in the morning. And then we'll get started on giving these girls a little more room to stretch their little raptor legs out. So we got our marker put on. The next step we're gonna do to prep for tomorrow is all these blocks. I have these blocks here because I have little ones and they have chores, and chores are to get eggs every day. So they need some steps, and those steps are just multiple cinder blocks. That way they can step up into the next egg box, look in and get the eggs. So what I'm gonna do real quick, I still got just a smidgen of sunlight, so we got to keep at it. I'm gonna get all these cinder blocks moved for the morning. We'll just move them and get them out of the way. That way it's less I have to do tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do. All right, we're back. The sun's up. It's about 10 o'clock. We had a back to school thing that we had to go to for the kids, but that's done, it's over, and now we're on to the project. So first things first, we're gonna do, probably sit around and procrastinate for 5 minutes, but what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna get these logs loaded and drug out. I'm just gonna tie them up and stick them on the Jeep, and I'm gonna pull those around front and get those taken care of, get them out of the way, try to keep our work area kind of tidy. It's not gonna stay tidy, but we're gonna start with it tidy, yeah. So I'm gonna grab those with the Jeep and haul them around real quick, and I'll see y'all out front. All right. Okay, so that was a long minute, but they're moved. This is our roadside. We got our mulberry bushes, trees here, and we bring our mulch down, but not all the way to the road to keep it out. So since we took the tree down, this is our little border barrier. It looks cute, right? Yeah, anyway. So now what we're gonna do real quick to complete, I don't know if it's 1A or 1B. We're gonna call it sub-project 1. Sub-project 1, to finish this, I'm gonna drill some holes. I don't think these things are moving, but just because we're gonna drill a hole, we're gonna pound a little piece of rebar in, and then that way that'll help hold everything. That way we can add some mulch on the backside to fill in and make hopefully a border that's a little cleaner to mow and weed eat around, and keep the mulch on that side and the mower on this side. So that's the whole point of this, and utilize them and make it look pretty. Doesn't it look pretty? Lost my bit. We'll be right back after these messages. Okay, so during the brief intermission, the drill bit was actually through the other side, barely. So we just used the rebar that we were gonna stake in the hole, and we just drove it through the hole. We're covered. I know, you need an auger bit. You really ought to use an auger bit. Well, you know, when a hole needs drilled, you use the bit you got, okay? Okay. Ah. All holes have been banged. Sub-project 1 complete. Back to the chicken coop build, guys. All right. Got back to the chicken coop. What we've done here, off camera, is have some eye bolts on our coop I've had there before. Hooked a chain to it. PVC rope, as PVC pipe. PVC rope, that's pipe. And we hooked the chain up. Got a come along, secured to a heavy object of your choosing, you know? So, I got a riddle for you guys, okay? Y'all listening? Got a riddle. That pipe is there currently, and I'm gonna move the coop 6 feet over. Where's the pipe go? So I asked my 8-year-old son where the pipe goes, where the pipe's gonna end up, and he thinks that the pipe's gonna travel along with the coop, okay? More astute amongst us might consider like, oh, well, as the shed goes this way, it's going to roll 3 inches, and then the pipe's going to roll 3 inches, and if you move it 6 feet, the pipe should go 3 feet forward. That's mathematical. And then, if you really think about it, and this is my thought, the pipe's not going to move at all. The pipe's going to stay right there. Something about the pipe, the friction between the pipe and the sand, and how the sand will build up in front of it, is that force is going to be much greater than the friction between the pipe and the chicken shed, the coop. So my thought is the PVC is going to end up moving about 3 inches, and then the coop's just going to slide across it. Who cares? I care, because here's the thought. This pipe's here. I'm going to move 6 feet over. This thing's 10 feet long. So this pipe should end up about in the middle of the coop. Who cares? I care, because then I can teeter-totter the coop one side to the other as we set the foundation. Like if I have to shim or put a 2x4 or a 4x4 to make everything level, I'll just be able to, like, one-handed lift this side of the coop and then go to the other side and lift that side of the coop. And that's why it matters, because it was a pain to get under there and I don't want to put it under there again. And that's what, hopefully it stays right there as I come along this. So place your bets below or something, and we'll play this out in real world. Oh dang. Wrong. That pipe is rolled. Well, I didn't properly calculate friction versus coefficients versus a tangent versus, I don't know. And I forgot that I think Mercury's in retrograde. That must be what's going on. Yeah. Well, I was wrong. It rolled. It moved about 6 feet, and that pipe rolled about 3 feet. I gave the dirt stopping the pipe too much credit. All right, but we're gonna get to this stick right here, and that's where the corner of the coop is supposed to officially be. Okay. Just a little. There's a little cattywampus. We got to bring that side forward. That side needs to go back just a hair. I think we can persuade it. I'm not going to get my awesome teeter-totter action I was hoping for. That side has to come forward, kind of be, so that way the front is pointing right in line with this pipe. Oh, it still teeters. It'll teeter just fine. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the, I mean, the word straight-ish comes to mind. Plenty good for a chicken coop. This thing now needs to, we've actually moved it too far. Broke my stick. think that's actually pretty good. It's following the string on this side. It seems to be pointing over here. I think that's dang good. All right. Moved over. So we turned the camera off and then things went awry, as projects normally do. So we got it all squared up, we got it level, and we decided, this is where it went awry, we decided to add another layer of 4x4s to the bottom. That way the chickens inside over time scratch and they'd like to throw the dirt out. So that turned into another sub project, getting this cut, put on. We tagged it with some screws so it would stay. Then we had to re-level what we had leveled. Then after some choice words, we turned the camera back on to show you how simple it was to move a coop and level it, because that's the YouTube way, right? It's I think it's 12:30 right now, so 12:50. So we are losing. we're behind. But the good news is that now with the chicken coop in place, we can really start to just, now we're switching into fencing. So we got the cattle panels yesterday. We're gonna fence this little area off, and then we're gonna fence the back side off, run into the back line of our property, and this will be their coop run area. Then we're really ambitious today. We're gonna maybe do some new food issues, a new watering situation. If not today, then tomorrow. And today we're gonna get this poor old girl cleaned up. You know, put some elbow grease to her, get her cleaned up. Maybe. You get to watch the video and find out if I have enough energy to make it. So, but hey, well, here we go. We're gonna switch gears. We need we got the pipe pounder. That's a little off. It's squarish. Squarish that's the goal for quality today. Square-ish. Root on the first hole. Great sign. Nope. That's a rock. It's not a rock. This is Florida. It's a buried piece of concrete. From the sound of it, about 2,600 pounds of concrete. Not mine. Not mine. Old owner. Well, that sucks. I don't know what's down there. About 6 inches down there. Sometimes 6 inches of penetration is all you need, but in this case, we need a little more. We gotta get this. We gotta get it down to there. All right. Save that one for some motivation. This is how it's supposed to go. There's something down there too. Oversend it. 4 foot. I don't know where the string is. I'll take that. There we go. One. That'll be the last easy one. That's when we're going to hit a root probably. Root. How big it is. It's going down. Good God. Sucks. This one will never move again. It's going. I got through it. I got through it. Yeah. Four, a little bit, a little bit. Look how straight it is. Yeah. I mean, it's a chicken coop. Got one more. I don't know what it is. It's smooth. It's like a buried slab. Oh. This is going to turn into sub-project. Are we on 3? 3? Yeah. You know, the only good part about living in Florida with our sand, it's crap to grow in. But it's easy to dig in because there ain't supposed to be no rocks. Old septic tank. If I fall into the, we're in the crap now. It's wiggling. It's, I mean, my shovel handle's flexing, but it's wiggling too, so. Slanted, so septic tank would be flat on top, so I mean that's a plus. All right, big problems call for big tools, so take a break and find the root bar. All right, we're back. Got the root bar. If you don't have a root bar, I don't think you homestead. This tool is sledgehammer, chisel, pry bar, man, it's awesome. It gets it done. You can't have mine. This one's mine. We've been through a lot together. But you can go get one. Selling like Home Depot or Lowe's, and oh yeah. The shovel handle was about to crack on me. This nice steel rod. Now what's going to make me angry is that there's another piece of concrete under it. It's the last pole. It's the last pole. I think there's like 4 or 5 pieces on top of each other. Well, we're gonna do a lot today, but I did not want to break out the root bar today. Y'all ready? Pro tip: if you're new to your root bar, it's also the same with diggers. You might be tempted to go like this. Never follow the diggers down, because if it does hit a root or it decides to bounce back, right in your eye. Because we all do it once. So yeah. But best part, root bar and diggers, just throw with a spear. Loose grip when it lands. If you got them soft, girly hands. I think I'm through. I'm thinking I've gone through 3 or 4 pieces like that, stacked on top of each other. Oh yeah, my post is going right here, right here. I get the sides clear a little bit. I don't know what it is. I know I ain't digging it up. That's the next guy's job. Me in another 5 years. Let's get that tape. 48-ish. Do we dig it up? I don't wanna. Find some old torn down house down there or something. This is a old owner burial ground. Yeah, probably like one of those trash pits. We don't need a debris dumpster, just dig a hole, put it over there, put it at the back of the property. No one will know, no one will have to deal with it ever. I mean, yeah. Calling it good. It is just holding in chickens. It's just the chicken coop. Now that it's down there, we can always pull it back out. The one that's never coming out in the world again is that one that we drove through a roof. But it just ain't gonna happen. Nice. And this one bent a little bit. That's probably how it, when those fins hit the root and tried to go through, it lined up probably with the root, because it's probably coming from that tree, so it tried to, I don't know. I ain't digging it up to find out and explain it. Who cares? All right. All that work, now we're making some progress, or more progress. And today on goat time, no, chicken time. So we got the cattle panels. What we're gonna do before we actually tie them up is we have chicken wire. I don't really like chicken wire, but you know, we have a bunch of it someone gave us. So we're actually gonna run the chicken wire along this and probably zip tie it on. And then we're put this up against the post and tie off to the post. So the chicken wire will be sandwiched between this and the post. And the hope is the chicken wire will come up to like here, and that way the chickens can't sneak through, and they're not going to be able to jump and get through here. At that point, they're just going over, but we're clipping their wings. And then we have to modify that fence. So that's going to be quite the tedious event. We won't make y'all watch that. We'll just show you the amazing awesomeness in 3, 2, 1. We're back. In real life, it's 3:30, but welcome to 3:30. So what we did is got our cattle panels up, got them tied off, got our chicken string up, got a lot of zip ties that need clipped, but that's a job for an 8-year-old. Yeah, he'll be out later, but he'll clip all these hundreds of zip ties off. So we got the chicken string, wire, net, nice and tight, and really happy with it. This is our little joint. Oh, it's ugly, but it'll hold a chicken. It's just a chicken coop. First we put the wire on each piece of the cattle panel, and the way we got it tight, you got to bend the cattle panel slightly up, and then run your chicken netting across, just a little bit up. And then what happens, if you tie it off evenly on the end with all the zip ties, it pulls very nice and even. And you'll see, like, that's actually pretty good. So I'll show you over here, because we're not done. What we've been doing is we got this last piece over here. I've kind of been saving, okay? Get some close up here. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? That's some, like, I mean, that's like a G-sharp. G-sharp? No. But it's pretty good for chicken wire. I'm pretty happy with that. And this is gonna go right here. I'm actually gonna make this So it's a little gate. It's gonna act like a gate. It's not gonna be a gate. It's not every day that we're gonna go in there, but I might have to. So it needs to be able to move. Not quite like that. But, so I'm gonna get this tied off, and we'll put some little like brackets to hold that side up against the coop house. But come here guys, come here. I don't know if this one's for the guys or the girls. It's for the men that have wives, okay? So I used the wire ties that came with the post, the T-post from Tractor Supply. They're kind of stiff. Not everyone can move them. But if you have a project where you have old Romex wire, man, this stuff, it's not as good as zip ties, but it's awesome. So if you look, I like them. They're coated. It's copper, you know, and real easily we keep, whenever we get a bunch of Romex from doing like a project or something, I cut it and we keep these pieces in a paint bucket because, man, you can just, and sometimes when the wife or the kids have to help tie off fencing because it's a homestead, we all contribute, they get the little pieces of copper so they can do that. So pro tip, not pro tip, homestead tip, recycling tip. Yeah. But I'll add more. It'll be better once I'm gonna put more, okay? Dang it. So I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna figure out getting it attached over here. And so the idea is every now and then I can take the screws off over there, and if I just tie it here, this will actually pivot. Ah, yeah. Get a wheelbarrow in there, whatever we need to, but it's not like an everyday gate. The everyday gate's gonna still be here so we can do food and water for them. We gotta cut a little hole in the back there. So, I think coming up next, I'm gonna finish this, and then it's 3:30, it's hot. We're gonna grab a bucket and some sponges, and we're gonna wash her. We're gonna make it pretty to match the new pretty. Cause honey, darling, baby, I just wanted a few chickens. Did y'all get a good laugh at that? Yeah, no. I did grab a bucket, and I'm gonna wash the roof, get the algae off and everything, but I called my buddy who has a pressure washer, and he's gonna be here in like 10 minutes. He's running it over. And I've said it in some other videos, so I'm gonna take a minute right now if you're still watching. If you're trying to homestead by yourself, you'll go broke buying tools and have no money for the fun projects. If you find neighbors and find friends, you don't have to own a pressure washer. I don't own a pressure washer, but one's gonna be here in 10 minutes. So just keep that in mind. Like, we're not an island. You can homestead together and find your neighbors and friends and borrow their stuff. So while he's waiting, or he's coming, and we're waiting, show you my inside of the coop. We do the deep bedding method here, which means we pile mulch. It starts up here on this bar, and the chickens drop their droppings, and I come out once a month and turn it over, and it stays in here for, this stuff's 9 months old, and you couldn't tell if you were standing here. There's no smell. If you're trying to do chickens and you're putting down an inch, and then a week later it gets wet and it stinks like crazy, try giving it like 6 or 8 inches. You'll empty it less often, and it won't smell nearly as much, especially here in Florida. It rains, it gets wet, humidity. It used to stink, but now 8 inches, good for a year. Come out once a month and just turn it over. So we're gonna empty this right now and take all this out to the garden. And since we're working on this, we're gonna bring in some new stuff, just so it's pretty, you know? And then when the pressure washer gets here, we're finished giving the girl a bath, and I'm gonna get the roof real quick and get that cleaned up, cause pretty. All right. So, if you look, it looks full. There's actually, this started as like bedding for the goats, so there's goat manure in here, and then it actually scooped it out and brought it in and piled it in here. So I mean, there's goat manure, chicken manure, mulch that's old. But, all right, I got 3 more barrels to go, probably at least 1 more. So I'm gonna take this to the garden. Tools. Metal's cleaned up. Pressure washer showed up. Okay, my friend bailed. He didn't want to be on YouTube. He was like, nah, good. I said, that's okay, man. Thanks. So, got the pressure washer. We're gonna start that. But first, I'm gonna show y'all my idea. Remember, the gate works a lot better. Promise. We got it tied off with the Romex wire pieces. If you don't know what Romex wire, it's the wire that runs inside your house, all your electric boxes, or inside of like not an extension cord, but it's usually coated with like white or yellow. Comes in different gauges. You don't know what that is, but inside is the 3 wires, and you can strip the outer coating, and then you got 3 pieces of wire, and then you can clip them and everything. So it's just copper. It's copper wire, Romex. But this is what I came up with. I was talking about the Romex, and then I was like, how am I shutting the gate? I'm gonna use Romex. So I got my took the wire, wrapped it around a screw, fed it through the washer to the head. Now, I'm just gonna put it right about there. Now, the wife was telling me she didn't want any have to get tools out or anything to get in here. So I said, cool, we're just tie it shut. So now this is gonna come over, wrap around, and I mean, we're not holding polar bears. It's a chicken. It's good. It's good. Anyways, so I'm gonna get to work with the pressure washer. I think I already primed it. Probably out of gas. I ain't got no gas in it. guess that brings us to the other side. You know, if you're gonna borrow your neighbor's pressure washer, he's not very mechanically inclined, so sub project number, no, it's tomorrow's project. You gotta be willing to help a friend out. He helped me out, you gotta help him out. That's either, it's probably carburetor. Definitely sounds like carburetor throttling. Probably just needs cleaned, but we're cleaning it later. The chicken coop's clean. I'm speckled. Honey, darling, baby, just a few chickens. Okay, it's been a good day. As with any homestead project, we definitely over anticipated what we would get done. But there's tomorrow, there's a storm rolling in, so we are gonna call it a day. We got mulch brought back and dumped in the coop, give them some bedding. This is gonna finish drying for the night. We got their bed all situated. That's half mulch and half mulch siftings that I've been making. So kind of fine stuff. But, so they're all good. The nest boxes are dry. They didn't need attention. Can I get popcorn? So, we got the fence up, got the chicken wire, the clipping of the zip tie still needs done. You know, but I ain't trying to handle cattle panels in the lightning storm that's coming, so. And we got a surprise installment. The tree that I cut down, I don't know, it's art. It's art. Chicken art. Artsy fartsy. So we buried that, give them something to run around, climb on, jump, you know. It probably won't last more than a year, but like any kid's play set, tomorrow they'll super enjoy it, and then they'll ignore it. But that's been our Saturday. We got the, yeah. If you've made it this far in the video, you know what we did. So I ain't recapping that. So I did not forget that what I'm gonna do. All this is buttoned up. I got some tools to put away, and then watermelon. All right, goodbye.